Welcome back to one of my energy readings. This is for people who are doing the inner work, indigo adults, light workers. Whoever you are, you're picking heavy energies up and you're dealing with cycles in your body so you do not reflect those cycles back in your life and you can have a lot more favourable life in this incarnation. So this reading, I'm feeling for you, let's grab my tarot cards, is it's time to go back into a situation that you have been not avoiding, but you've been staying away from. You might have been a couple of years out of this situation, a toxic environment, might be an ex-partner, parent, loved one, whatever it is, you've had to stay away and deal with the energies in your body. And that's taken some time. You've done a lot of work, and it's been coming up again and again for you to go back. And you've been like, no, I'm not going. Doesn't feel right. Those energies make me feel horrible. They make me feel shit. I've been staying away. Well, it's time for you to go back because you've done that much work. You're going to be... You might feel those energies bother you, but you've done so much work, it's time for you to be free in that situation that once tortured you. But it's going to be painful, there's going to be a big release, but it's time. It's going to be time for you to do this work. So let's pick some cards, let's give them a good shuffle and see what you get. And there's a big bonus here at the end of this. Some of you have been... Well, you might not even know, but I think some of you've wanted to meet a twin flame or a soulmate or someone important in your life. But they're 6 months, a couple of years ahead of this. But you've got to do some more work in your body for you then to change your frequency to meet them. Because if you meet them now, this relationship won't work because you've not dealt with these patterns in your body yet for that relationship to be harmonious. So yeah, you've got to go back into this awkward situation to pick some wounds, and people will say things and trigger you, and you'll pick some energies up that are lying around in people's rooms, and someone will say something that will trigger a time maybe 10 years ago, and it'll bring that inner child up for you to do the work. And you're not going to want to, are you? No thank you, I'll avoid it, it's easier. Well, you can't. The universe, or this video, is saying it's time. It's time to become more free. So let's pick 3 cards for you. Spread them all out. And let's see which ones you get. That one there. Excuse me. That one there. And that one there. Right, this is bizarre. I live in the UK. I don't know where you watch my videos from. But in the lockdown in 2020, quite a few years away now, it seems weird that. I don't know if you remember that, but in that lockdown, around February time, in the UK we had a ridiculous warm spring. It was sunny, it was unbelievable. It was almost like nature was saying, yes, thank you humanity. All humans are stuck in their homes and I can shine so bright. It was sick of humans and their bullshit. I know that sounds weird, that's what I felt because I was very lucky to keep working in lockdown. Excuse me. So when I went out, it was so magical to be driving around. But also the nature, the universe, like rewarded everybody as well. Everyone was stuck in their houses, so it gave us all a warm summer. It was really weird and eerie, that was. I just laughed when that happened. So this is you now. It's time for you to not shine your light, but to go back into this situation and stand your ground, be you, and they'll accept you the way you are now. So let's see what cards you get. Right. So you got these cards here, which I'll talk through, and let's see how I read them for you. is you got the Seven of Wands. Now, for you, how I'm seeing this is, I see that as your mind. You've been worrying about how the situation will be if you go back. And you can see in that picture, they've all got axes and daggers, and there's a lot of conflict and a lot of problems, and a lot of shit going on. So I see that as you, in your mind, thinking about what it's going to be, but it's not actually going to be the reality of that. That's what I feel for you. I see that as that card there. You got the Knight of Swords, which I see that as you're getting ready to go into battle. You've done this before. Look, how I'm reading that is, you've thought about how it's going to be in your mind before, and then you're on the horse raring to go, look, and then you've stopped. It's not running or anything, it's rearing up. You can see the horse. So I'm seeing that as it's time to act. It's time to act and go what you think is a storm, but it's not. So I see that as it's time to act. It's time to go and face the unknown, and it might be a different energy this time. And then you got the King of Wands. So I see that as this is a big triumph for you. I feel you're going to go into this situation. The sun's beaming, which we talked about in a lockdown thing. And he's holding a torch, and he's very content, and his arms sort of slouched over there, looking in. And he's relaxed. So there's nothing to be. I think when you go back into that situation, you're almost going to feel more comfy in it than you once were. However, once you've picked the energy up, let's do some more cards. We'll see what comes out in the cards now, because you need to pick the energy up for then the cycle to then commence, for you to do more work in your body, and how your life changes with the moon cycles and the energy in your body. So go with it. It's time to go back, and let's see what you get now. Boom, boom, boom. That one there. That one there. And the one on the end. I want the one on the end. So we're going to be looking at what happens when you pick the energy up. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, dear. Right, you got those three, which is quite complex. You got the Fire of Wands. Is the person you're going to see got quite a slippery tongue, quite a fiery personality. You're going to feel like you're going to burn off. So in some ways, it's going to feel like it's burnt your energy field on the inside, in the core, because it's going to light those old emotions up. But you're strong enough to deal with it. It might seem like, you know, you're there firing off that dragon, you're firing off that person, but stand your ground. That's what I'm saying there, is it's really going to light you up. When you get back, this is not why you're in the situation, it's when you get back at home, it's really going to light you up. But something's going to come out of this, and I see that as the Ace of Wands. And what that is I'm seeing it for you. The Ace of Wands is this relationship coming in. It's you becoming more in your power, more having the world, you've got the world in his hands, but it's more you taking control of your life. You're going to see from this situation how not to live your life, and how you do not want your life to turn out. That's what I'm getting. You do not want your life to turn out the way this person has. So that's key with that card. But there's some work to do. It's not going to be plain sailing, but you're strong enough to do that. And that's going to come from picking that energy up. And that's what I'm seeing here is, there's you, excuse me, there's a young boy there with a man looking at, he's just starting his project. I'm seeing that as you're conquering some inner child wounds. That's how I'm reading that card. That's your inner child, right there. So it's going to bring some wounds up for you to deal with, to then meet this person. That hasn't come up because it's not ready yet. You've got to do this work. This meeting with this person or persons, whatever it is, has brought into your awareness with this reading for you to go and deal with. So it's time. It's time for you to go and face whatever it is, and you'll be safe, you'll be okay, because the universe has got you back. Your back, rather. So give yourself a pat on the back because you've done so much work. No one knows what work you're doing. You know, I laugh at my life with this awakening or whatever happened to me. You know, people have got no idea what work you're doing on the inside and living from the inside. Your awareness is inside you if you're watching this video, not outside all the time. You know, normally your awareness is, let's go for a coffee, let's go to the cinema, let's do this. Your awareness is on the external all the time, where your awakening goes, oh, right, I've got to look at myself, what a mess I'm in. How am I going to deal with this? Well, it's a lifetime process if you're on this kind of journey. So yeah, go with this. It's time for you to go back. It's time for you to see what unfolds. So I hope that helps you. This is a tricky time. Leave me a comment and let me know what's happening, because you can do it. You're strong enough to do it, or you wouldn't have picked this